Welcome. Today, we're going to dive into one of the smartest ways to build wealth right here in India, mutual funds. We're going to break it all down, show you exactly how they work and how they can seriously help you grow your money, no matter where you're starting from.
You know that feeling that building real, substantial wealth is some kind of exclusive club, only for the super rich? It's a common thought, right? That serious investing is just way too complicated or completely out of reach for the average person. But what if that's just not true?
I mean, sure. On one side, you've got these things called private equity and hedge funds. They're super complex, pretty high risk, and yeah, you literally need crores just to get in the door. But on the other side, we have the answer for the rest of us, mutual funds. They're affordable, they're transparent, and they are built for absolutely everyone. So what in the world is a mutual fund really? Well, the best way to think about it is like a financial cooperative. It's where thousands of people just like you, pull their money together. This big collective pot of cash is then handed over to experts whose only job is to manage it and make it grow for everyone involved. The journey your money takes is actually pretty simple. It's a clear four-step process. First, you put in your money. Second, it gets combined with money from thousands of other investors into one giant pool. Third, the expert managers take over and invest that pool. And fourth, as those investments grow, the profits come back to you. It's a really smooth path from just saving your money to actually earning with it. All right, now that we know the basics, let's open up what I like to call the Smart Investor's Toolkit. Because mutual funds come with some amazing built-in advantages that make investing a whole lot smarter and, honestly, safer. First up, and this is a big one, is professional management. You get an entire team of seasoned pros managing your money. That means you don't have to become a financial genius or spend all day glued to stock market news. You get to live your life while they do the heavy lifting. And trust me, this is not a set it and forget it kind of thing for them. These fund managers are constantly at work. They're deep into research. They're carefully selecting the best investments, and they're monitoring everything, day in and day out. It's a non-stop, disciplined process working for you around the clock. We've all heard this one, right? It's probably the most famous piece of financial advice ever, and it's the absolute core idea behind the next huge advantage of mutual funds. That idea is called diversification, and you can just think of it as your built-in safety net. Instead of putting all your hopes on one single company, a mutual fund spreads your money out. We're talking dozens of companies across many different industries and even different types of investments. So if one company or one sector has a bad year, it doesn't sink your whole portfolio. It's all about reducing that risk. Okay, so professional management, diversification. What's the entry fee for all this? A few lakhs? Tens of thousands? No way. You can get started with just this. 500 rupees. That's it. Seriously. And the way you do that is through something called an SIP, which stands for Systematic Investment Plan. The easiest way to think about it is like a recurring deposit at your bank, but instead of just sitting there, this is designed to actually build your wealth. You just invest a small, fixed amount every single month. It couldn't be easier. And here's something that should give you real peace of mind. This whole system isn't some kind of Wild West. Your money is protected. Here in India, mutual funds are heavily regulated by SEBI. That's the Securities and Exchange Board of India. They make sure everything is transparent and that your interests are always protected. Okay, so we've got the mechanics and the safety features down, but now let's get to the really exciting part, the long-term vision. This is where we see how small, consistent habits can turn into truly massive results. They say even Albert Einstein called this next thing the eighth wonder of the world. It's called compounding, and it's the real engine of building wealth. It's when your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning their own returns. It's like a tiny snowball that, as it rolls downhill, just gets bigger and bigger and faster. Let me show you what I mean with a powerful example. Let's say you make a one-time investment of just 1 lakh rupees when you're 25 years old. You just put it in a good mutual fund and you let it be. Now, fast forward 35 years. By the time you're 60 and thinking about retirement, that single 1 lakh investment, all thanks to the magic of compounding, could have grown into an incredible 1.6 crore rupees. Just let that sink in for a second. That's a 35 times multiplication of your money. This isn't a fantasy. It's just the raw power of giving your money time to grow. And it proves the single most important rule of investing. Start as early as you possibly can.
Now, SIPs have another little superpower called rupee cost averaging. It basically takes the stress out of market ups and downs. See, when the market is up, your monthly investment buys a few less units. But when the market dips, your same monthly investment automatically buys more units while they're cheap. Over time, it all averages out, and you never have to worry about trying to time the market. It's genius.
So let's look at one more practical real-world example. Let's say you decide to invest 10,000 rupees every single month. It's a solid amount, but definitely doable for a lot of people.
And you stick with it. Month in, month out, you invest that 10,000 rupees for 20 years.
What's the potential outcome? A final amount of over 1 crore rupees. That is the incredible power of just being disciplined and systematic. It's how you turn regular savings into wealth that can change your life.
So let's pull all of this together. When you step back and look at all the options out there, why do mutual funds really stand out as the winning choice for most of us? Well, when you put them side by side with other options, it becomes crystal clear. They're way more accessible than private equity. They have built-in safety you don't get with hedge funds. They offer much higher growth potential than fixed deposits or gold. And they give you professional management you miss out on when you try to pick individual stocks on your own. They really do hit that perfect sweet spot.
There's this great old saying that goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And that is so, so true for investing. Your journey to a better financial future doesn't need some miracle. It just needs you to start. So the only question left is, are you ready to let your money start working for you?